For a final topic of the summer season, like breaking it down, what was the biggest surprise? Like, what really shocked you? Like, I know we did a summer preview, and there are definitely shows on there that did not make our list, and that kind of fell off, of course, or they wouldn't have made like the best of lists that we're going to make. So look out for that. What hit you guys?
School Live.
School Live, yeah.
That was out of left field for me because I don't like Moya's style, but the whole thing subverted all of my expectations.
Yeah. Well, most of them.
Most of them.
Yeah, it was one of those where, I mean, we all read the description. We thought,
cute little girls
Cool.
fighting zombies.
Yeah,
Yay.
and it's also hard to find, or when you're researching for shows that are coming up, if you're not looking at the manga, like, of course, unless you're looking at, like, fan translations or whatever, sometimes distributors won't put out a ton of, like, preview videos or art material or anything that really gives you a feel for what the show is. So it's, like, really hard to estimate what it's going to be about. And, like, School Live, from, like, just an outsider's perspective, just kind of look like, oh, moe girls, you know, mowing down zombies.
Mowing down zombies.
I spent too much time around Marty, guys. On
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You sit sort of by Marty.
I know. So that's the impression I got, and I was like, that's not really a show I'm feeling. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. Just I kind of wrote it off, and I'm happy I tried it. Like, it's absolutely like the favorite new thing out of this season.
But it's amazingly hard to get through the first 20 minutes. I mean, we always have to forewarn people. It's like, just bear with us.
We have...
we've infected so many people with this
that's
wonderful
exactly
show.
Exactly what I was going to say is we infected, like, a lot of people around the office with this show.
Yeah.
I would also count Makaro no Danshi as a surprise in that I was surprised at how it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
You were surprised by how terrible it is.
How awful it
I was like,
actually is.
yeah, I was like, these aren't boys I want to talk to before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
What?
I was surprised at the locations and the way they wanted you to fall asleep.
I feel like the last episode is just going to be like, psych, and they're just going to psych us. Like, just be like, just kidding. You thought this show was going to be about cute boys, and we tricked you for 12 episodes. And I'm going to be like, okay. Like, that was a surprise to me in a different way than School Live, where I was pleasantly surprised.
I'm surprised I managed to go through 12 episodes and just be like, I'm still watching this for some reason.
Another surprise for me was Wakakozake.
It was definitely a pleasant
shorts,
surprise.
like, that was picked up later by Crunchyroll.
It was.
Like, it wasn't a thing out of the gate. So they had to kind of catch up on episodes. But I am very happy with that show. Like, I don't usually get into shorts too often just because it's really easy to forget about them.
Yeah.
But it's just so pleasant to see, like, an adult woman, like, adult working woman just doing her own thing and being the star of a show without being, like, fan serviced all crazy or just, like, whatever. Like,
It's completely different
I think
for
a
Japan.
lot of shorts, too, usually get super heavy in fan service. Like, I don't know why. It's just, like, a thing. Or that I've noticed for a lot of shorts that I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of shorts that are just normal slice of life.
There's been a lot of, like, usually slice of life stuff. But seeing an adult woman being the focus of a show is really weird.
Well, not just that, but there's it passes the, what is it called, Bechamel test, where she's not...
Bechdel test.
Sure. That sounds right.
I don't know what that is.
I just made up a word. Anyways, but it's the whole thing about, like, it's not her going out and trying to get a boyfriend at a bar or talking to her girlfriends. It's her enjoying life on her own at a Japanese bar, which is very unusual and rare for Japan.
Right.
That's really unusual for women. So the fact that she is actually going out and enjoying food on her own, it doesn't have to eat super politely and doesn't have to sit there and talk. She's just enjoying her own company and just having a good time.
Right. So for those who don't know, the Bechdel test is kind of, it was just like a
bechamel.
Yeah, it was just it's a baseline. It's by no means like a comprehensive way to address how something treats women or a piece of media treats women. But basically, the Bechdel test has a couple of stipulations. One being that there's more than one named female character, and that two, those female characters talk to each other, and three, about something other than a man. And a lot of popular movies and shows don't pass that most basic of tests, right? Yeah. And so, like Megan was saying, for Wakakozake, it passes the test of her not talking about boys. She's not focused on boys. She, like, interacts with the guy. She finds out he eats salmon with rice and is like, bye. You scrub. And you know, she exists as her own person. The story is about her. It's not about her in relation to anybody else.
Yeah.
That's really strong for me.
And I know I said bechamel because we're talking about food.
I don't know what bechamel is.
I forget. I know it's food related.
It's probably a food thing.
Probably
it's a food
like
thing.
a French
it's
sauce.
like a sauce. It actually is, but I forget how to make it is the problem. So anyways, call to action. How do I make bechamel because I forget?
Call to action. What is bechamel?
What is food? Actually, you know what? I have a phone. I can just look it up. But anyway, I agree. Wakakozake was like a super pleasant surprise.
I find it so empowering. Just being able to go out. I talk about this every time we talk about Wakakozake, but just going out by yourself, enjoying existing as a human being.
Just for like anybody, like you don't see that very often or featured anywhere. Because of course, like in shows, like you want to have like the companion or whatever. It's like, no, this person just does their own thing, just enjoys themselves, and that's like really cool. Like you just don't see that very often.
It's a
go
sauce.
grab dinner by yourself sometime and be happy about it.
Yeah.
And bechamel is a French sauce.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
French sauce.
Mystery solved.
Go eat that and be happy and learn how to be happy on your own because that is important too. To be satisfied with yourself.
Very important.
But yeah, so out of all of those, I think, at least for me, my favorite was School Live, but or my favorite surprise.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would agree.
I wonder what will surprise us next season.
I don't.